Use the referral link in the description to g2a.com for all of your Xbox codes, PlayStation codes and video games, and be sure to use the code CHES at checkout to get yourself 3% cash back. Hey guys, welcome to episode number 14 of Season 2 here at Newcastle United. We'll be ending the transfer window today, at least that's the plan at the beginning of recording. Anyway, game against Chelsea, game against Bournemouth, and hopefully at some point between the two games we'll be able to get the transfer done for our new striker. You'll have to forgive me if I'm a little bit off form today. I'm rather under the weather, quite a bit under the weather, but I need to get videos made, so I don't really have a choice. To be honest, my throat is indifferent at present, so if my voice cuts out at any point when getting quite excited by gameplay, then at least you know that there's a reason for that. I'm not just having a funny 5 minutes. But I've added another name to the shortlist as per your continued feedback over the past couple of episodes, that being Cedric Bakambu. Obviously went from Villarreal to China to Beijing Sudobo in the previous window in real life. May even have been the window before that, might have been a January transfer. But he's rather surprisingly only on £32,500 a week, which is obviously minuscule compared to some of the wages being paid by Chinese teams in real life. I think Ezequiel Lavezzi's on something like £780,000 a week. So 32.5 grand a week is pretty remarkable. So Bakambu's actually straight in as a potential front runner. There's been a little bit of chatter in the comment section as well about whether we could genuinely attract a player of Correa or Belotti or Rodrigo's stature with the club in its current position. Yes, we're currently 5th in the table, but we did only finish mid-table last season. Is jumping to an 85-ish, 84, 85 rated striker too big of a jump from where the club currently finds itself? And it's an intriguing one because we are obviously wanting to progress and improve to get towards the upper reaches of the English game and subsequently the European game. And to do that, we will need higher rated players, but are we unnecessarily boosting the side too quickly for, you know, the progress that we're actually making? Like Leicester won the league, but they didn't then go out and sign world-class players immediately. In fact, they lost Kante and subsequently lost Riyad Mahrez the next year as well, or 2 years later as well. So perhaps going out and signing someone like Rodrigo is a little bit too much. So I'll remove, and I don't think I'll be able to afford Angel Correa, so I'll remove him from the list. Santi Mina still remains a very popular option with you guys, although he might be going to Everton. I'm not too sure about Santi Mina. I'm really not too sure about him with regards to his stats. He does look okay, but I just don't know. I'm not entirely convinced. We are waiting for a full scout report back on Alassane Plea. His physicals look great. His technicals aren't so strong. So that would lead me to lean towards someone like Cedric Bakambu, as you can see, is decent physically, very fast, decent strength reactions, etc., but is better on the ball and has good finishing. But someone on the flip side, on the unexpected side, someone that you don't really see anyone sign is Ante Rebic. Now he's physically impressive as well, fast, strong, and good on the ball as well. Dribbling of 85 to 91. I really want to see his finishing be 80 plus and his ball control be 80 plus. If they both are that, then I may well go for Ante Rebic as kind of a left field, unexpected, unique signing for the series. We'll have to wait and see how things progress with regards to those scout reports. But we're going to jump into the game here against Chelsea. They're currently below us in the league, but not by much. And we're in up and down form. We're in up and down form when it comes to just playing Bournemouth. We'll be playing them for the 3rd episode in a row today. So hopefully we can get a better result, finally beat them in the league this time around. We may well have a new striker to attack them with. We'll have to wait and see. But we'll start with Chelsea. Drop the video a like if you enjoy. Subscribe to the channel too to make sure you don't miss out on any more. And let's jump in. Kepa in goal for Chelsea. Aspi, David Luiz, Christensen and Baba Rahman at left back. Van Ginkel, Jorginho and Kante. It's a strong midfield as well as a strong defence. Pedro, Morata and Hazard up top. Is Willian on the bench? I don't know, it skipped. Okay, well, Willian might be on the bench. I don't think he's transferred away in this save. I don't think. Might be mistaken. But he might be injured or genuinely just not in the starting 11. Well, that was terrible from Jose Perez. So we'll wait and see how good Chelsea are in this game. It's a strong lineup from them, so I would expect a tough test, and it has started in that fashion. 3 minutes in, Chelsea 1, Newcastle 0. Right, I know when I said I might not be in that good form because I'm feeling ill, I hoped it was only going to be with regards to my commentary. Turns out it might well be on pitch as well. Oh dear, great cross. Really nice full lead first time finish. Dubravka can only stand and look at it. 1-0 down. Holds off everybody. Jorginho drifting one way than the other. Oh, that was a vital interception. N'Golo Kante was away there. Salvio can't quite turn past Babarahman. Perhaps he was quite ambitious to have tried that sort of move in that situation. Somehow Eden Hazard keeps the ball there. Rahman back out to the Belgian. Babar inside again. Here's Van Ginkel. Across to Kante. Floated in. Morata flicks it on. Dubravka makes the save at the near post. Chelsea looking to get a second and put themselves out of sight already in the opening 15 minutes. Not able to do it on that occasion, but I think we might be in for a particularly difficult game here. Ayoze over the top looking for Philip Max, who's on the breakaway. Pushed a long way forward from left back. Cross is very good, as is the save, and it's gone in. Over the line. The defender got rid of it, but not before it had crossed the line. The delivery from Max was outstanding. Disgustingly good cross from the left back. We haven't seen that often enough, and goal line technology will confirm the ball did indeed cross the line. To be fair, it went over the line further than it shows there. It says goal. I think if it had frozen there, it might not have actually given it. Although, see, you can see it's well over the line there by the time it rolls on. I don't know why it pauses before it gets to the most far past the line moment that the ball's trajectory was taken, but regardless, it went in. It clearly went in, even without goal line technology. I think that could have been given, to be completely honest. And N'Golo Kante looks to break away for them to immediately take the lead back again, which hopefully they won't do. N'Golo Morata trying his best, but not able to get his and Chelsea's second. We'll stay at 1-1 for now. I think a point here would be a good result for us against this Chelsea team, but if we can push on and get a win, then that would be preferable, of course. Philip Max. Inside to Maximilian Philip. Turns well. Round the corner there to Ayoze. Ruben Loftus-Cheek will go for the whirly from distance. It'll drop back here to Salvio. That'll deflect off Christensen and out for a corner. Cross to come in from Eduardo Salvio's decent. That was Eden Hazard that heads behind for a secondary corner. Let's pop it about there. And Wagner's up. Doesn't win the header though. Azpilicueta somehow beats the German to the ball. Vassell into Wagner. Somehow Morata beats him to the ball there. Thank you, Christopher. It's about time you actually did something positive in this particular highlight. And Jose Perez bumped off it by Christensen, and we won't be getting a second goal. Well, that was frustrating. So we're looking for Alvaro Morata. He's in behind. Good save by Dubravka. Drops to Pedro. All keeps. Just gets there. Whoever it was underneath that might be Jorginho. Just ends up in a heap on the floor. It'll be 1-1 at half time. Although we were very close to going behind again there. It was a good save by the keeper after a very nice through ball. Speaking of nice through balls, it might not be 2-1 at half time. Oh, Ayoze, please show some strength, mate. What is his strength? Because we are, of course, going to be bringing in a new striker. Hopefully someone with strength. So in situations like that, 53. So in situations like that, they can hold off the defender. That was so weak from Jose Perez. Perhaps should have been 2-1 up at half time, despite nearly being 2-1 down. As it happens, nobody's in front. Kante into Hazard. There's Morata. Drops his shoulder well. Driving forward. Turns back. Morata. Again, Dubravka called upon. He's one of my lower rated players now, Dubravka, the goalkeeper, but he's still very important to my overall game. He's made countless saves that have kept us in games. Oh, I'm getting done with these inaccurate passes now. Dubravka has made countless top quality saves to keep us in games, and he's just as much a reason why we are where we are in the league as anyone that scores a goal for us at the other end. He's been superb Kennedy, most in particular actually, talking about people that score goals at the other end. Up against Azpilicueta here. But, it's a solid tackle from Dave. He's very, very good. And Kinkel's going off. Not sure who's coming on in his place. It's Bakayoko. Philip. Oh, my first time effort nowhere near as good as Bournemouth's yesterday. Hazard chops the shoulder. Bakayoko back to the Belgian, bit space here. Don't like that. Don't like that at all. Loftus-Cheek was just tracking back. I don't know whether he put any pressure on Eden's shoulder there just before he took the shot, but it certainly had some effect on Hazard. The pressure he was being put under there by Loftus-Cheek over his shoulder. And if Azpilicueta scored a left foot finesse from 30 yards, I might well have just quit. Mauro Icardi coming on for Alvaro Morata. Jorginho also going off for Ross Barkley. They've made all three of their changes now, and I might well be making one of my own sooner rather than later as well. In fact, I'm going to do it now. Aspi, picked off by Max. Oh, picked off by Aspi. Picked off by Max. Picked off by Barkley. Jeeps, getting a bit hectic now as we head towards the last 5 minutes. Salvio will turn, will look through the gap there. He'll find Philip. He'll look for Ruben Loftus-Cheek. There's two people on the right-hand side to aim for. Wan-Bissaka being one. Stands it up into the middle. Phillips there. Oh, David Luiz gets to it first. Wan-Bissaka's done brilliantly well to challenge there and get the ball back. Salvio going again, but Baba Rahman does well enough to defend it. 2.5 minutes left. Jonjo Shelvey coming on here. He'll be involved immediately. Ball thrown into him. Here's Dennis Zakaria. Philip through there to Ayoze Perez. I maybe should have squared that. Oh, Maximilian Philip. I just saw Kennedy at the back post at the last minute. Should I have drilled that across the goal rather than shooting with Ayoze Perez? Maximilian Philip blazing over from 12 yards. And the keeper wasn't necessarily in his best possible position. Should we have been winning this game here against Chelsea? Perhaps. Perhaps indeed, although the amount of chances Chelsea have created and the amount of saves that Dubravka's been drawn into, they might well feel the same. But we shall share the points. We shall share the points with Chelsea and head back to the window and hope to add to our ranks a striker that will finish chances like that. Transfer offer for Christopher Wagner from Bologna of 9.5 million, which I will reject. He has been having some interest shown in him from a variety of different clubs and in a variety of different offers as well. We had that loan offer for him from Liverpool, which is really peculiar. We're getting a couple of, or we've got a scout report back. The board apparently unhappy about something. We'll have a look at that in a moment. We'll have a quick train of the wingers. Is anyone going to go up a rating? They're not. But players getting better. Toby Mitchell's finishing up to 62. I like to have wingers that can finish. We've got, what are they unhappy about? The brand exposure. What? Not much I can do about that till the end of the season, is there? So shut up. Final scout report on Andre Silva. 89 sprint speed, but only 79 acceleration. 85 ball control, 79 dribbling, and 82 finishing. It's not bad, but it's not setting the world alight. He's an option for sure. But I think the other players, on the shortlist would add more to the team. It'd be nice if some of those squad reports come back, but going to come back now? No, Toby Mitchell wants to play. Sorry, mate, but you're not starting against Bournemouth. Although to be fair, you did score against them in the last game. I'm still waiting on these bloody squad reports, scout reports. That's some player. Is it narrowed down anymore? It has narrowed down a little bit more. Rebic. Finishing of 79 to 83. I think Rebic is a front runner, as is Alassane Player. Santi Mina is now gone to Everton, so that's a no-go. That deal has gone through. Still waiting to see what Boateng looks like. His ball control and dribbling aren't amazing. Iñaki Williams, 83 short passing, certainly an option. We could always train his finishing. Giovanni Simeone, I don't know anything about him. I genuinely don't know. Wesley. Strength of 95 to 99. Bloody hell. So I don't know about him either. Luka Jovic. There's so many options. I'm just not sure what to do. Even putting it to a vote is kind of pointless because there are so many options that it would there wouldn't be an out and out winner. You'd have like 10% for 10 different players. So the majority of people wouldn't get the striker that they want. So I think I'm just going to have to make a decision myself. Pavon's finishing is woeful. And Bolo's a player that I wanted to see his stats. Good physically. Good technically. And he's only 22. And Bolo's perhaps taking... and Bolo... Lautaro Martinez is genuinely an option. He's very good by the looks of things, actually, Lautaro Martinez. He is very good. But Cambu and Bolo, Martinez, Rebic, player. But I think we're going to wait till deadline day for it to go through. So I want to get those full scout reports back. I don't want to make a signing blind, but if we can draw against Chelsea, surely now we can beat Bournemouth. Right, Bournemouth starting lineup. Begovic in goal. Smith, Cook, Ake and Rico at the back. Very similar to the cup game. Ibe, Pratt, Lerma and Stanislas. It looks like they're going to be starting the same 11 with Brooks sat behind Callum Wilson. No, Alex Teixeira gets the nod this time around. Callum Wilson didn't flourish against us in the 2 cup games. So perhaps the right decision not to play him again against Newcastle. Although it has to be said, in the 2 cup games we played against Bournemouth in the FA Cup, the first third round tie and the replay, we did play the rotation side and gave the youngsters that even in my normal rotation side don't necessarily get much of a look in. We gave those youngsters a run out, and that was probably why we were unfortunately knocked out of the cup, because we weren't at our strongest. We are certainly going to have to be at our strongest in this game if we're going to get anything from it. Because for the second game in a row, we're behind after 3 minutes. That one's slightly better than Alvaro Morata's near post volley. That was particularly impressive from Pratt, the Belgian. Little back heel to Gera. Off to Sheep, threw himself at the ball but couldn't get to it. And Brooks draws a save at Dubravka. Again, keeping me in a game, the goalkeeper. They're going to take this short. They are. Jordan Ibe drops the shoulder not once but twice. And Pratt could get the ball in. Don't give a pen. Oh my lord. Something about Bournemouth just doesn't seem to go well for me right now. The first game against them in the league this year, we won, I think, by a goal to nil. We might be going 2 goals to nil down here. Alex Teixeira with the penalty. It's a hell of a run-up. It's come all the way outside the box, and he's going to go the opposite way to which I dived with my keeper. Bournemouth 2, Newcastle 0. Philip in there to Zakaria. The obvious ball is Kennedy. The obvious ball again is Zakaria for the 1-2. Into the box here. Zakaria. Oh, it's really disappointing. Oh, is that a foul? Hello, referee. Are you watching the same game of football as me? I'm not sure. Philip around the corner looking for Ayoze Perez. Takes in his stride. Great tackle by Nathan Ake. I think Bournemouth are quickly becoming this saves new bogey team. There's Toby Mitchell. Asked to play in this game, so it's lovely through ball. Have an instant impact on the bench. 3 or was he offside? Oh, very nearly. It just won't fall for me in this game. That's 3. I cannot seem to do anything against Bournemouth. Newcastle 0. I'm starting to question how I even managed to beat them by a goal to nil earlier on in the season. I may well have to take a look back at that video and just try and figure out what the hell I did. Because nothing I'm trying in this game, or either of the previous 2, have really seemed to work that well. Anything that I've done in the previous 2, they matched, and then subsequently in their second cup game, they were able to beat me convincingly. And to be fair, in the first game, we only got the replay because we scored in the 86th minute to equalise at 2-2. And they've been just tearing me apart in this game, and it's now 4-0. How can I draw 1-1 with Chelsea but go 4-0 down to Bournemouth? Send help. It's Loftus-Cheek into Ayoze. Philip is there. Again, we'll go out wide to Toby Mitchell, who finds himself in space yet again. Another good ball into the box, cleared away by a defender. They have an answer to everything, Bournemouth. Absolutely everything. Mitchell does well, but Ruben Loftus-Cheek just pays no attention to the man that was next to him there. Wins the ball back though, at least. Putting that in front of Zakaria. Kennedy's looking to make a move. Get it back to Zakaria. Across there to Ruben Loftus-Cheek. And I'm just going to whack it because I'm getting frustrated now. But I still can't get the ball to fall for me. Even when it does drop to my striker, he then immediately gets tackled. Oh, getting tilted again. It happened against Manchester City. It's happening against Bournemouth. Max down the line to Kennedy. We get ourselves a consolation goal. Maybe, please. I'd love a consolation goal. Oh, Ruben Loftus-Cheek's in behind. Yay! I did it! I actually scored a goal against Bournemouth. Yay! Zakaria out to Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Kicks it straight against the man in front of him, and that sums up my entire day here against Bournemouth. To every single Newcastle fan that travelled for... It's going to be 5. To every single Newcastle fan that made the trip from the very northeast of England to the very south coast of England, I apologise. Bournemouth 5, Newcastle 1. I haven't had my backside handed to me that badly for a very long time. Even Manchester City, when I got full-on tilted in that game, didn't batter me that much. Bournemouth, the bogey team. Even if I had a new striker already by that point, I don't think I'd have gotten anything from the game. How can I lose 5-1 against Bournemouth? Oh, send help. Wan-Bissaka's out for 3 weeks. The pulled quad as well, which is just what we needed to hear. Please, can I have some scout reports back? I'm not... One. I've got one. No, it's just interest shown in player. Okay, great. So, I'm going to have to make a blind decision. Well, not a blind, but a partially sighted decision as to what striker we get. So, Belotti... He's going to be out my price range. I can't afford Belotti. Sabitzer isn't really what we're looking for. He does have good finishing. So we'll remove him. Iñaki Williams. Lautaro Martinez is very good. He's on the shortlist. Cedric Bakambu, also on the shortlist. Alassane Player, great physicals. He's on the shortlist. Ante Rebic. He's on the shortlist. You know, I think to be unique, I'm going to go for Ante Rebic. Because you see so many people sign Lautaro Martinez and have done in previous years. I don't think I've ever seen anyone sign Ante Rebic. Feel free to correct me in the comment section if you've seen someone else sign Ante Rebic at some point. But I'm going to go in for him and they're going to accept my 24 million immediately. Hopefully, he can add a new dynamic to our front line that we haven't yet had. What's he going to want squad role wise? I'll say important and hopefully he'll accept that. If he wants crucial, I'm quite happy to give it to him. So he will be starting ahead of Maximilian Philip, and Ayoze Perez will drop to the bench. He wants a 5-year contract, that's fine as well. No release clause, that's also agreeable. I'd rather not have a release clause. Now, is he going to ask for something wage-wise? He's not. He's currently on £47,000 a week. So I shall offer him 60 and £1 million signing on bonus, and we'll see what they negotiate. Okay, they don't negotiate anything. We have a new striker. He is in. Ante Rebic will be starting the very next game. Maximilian Philip will drop to the count or centre forward role, and Ante Rebic will go up top. 84 acceleration, 89 sprint speed, 84 strength, 83 finishing, 85 dribbling, 81 ball control. 6'1". Right-footed, 3-star weak foot, high medium. Let's hope he can add something to the starting line that Ayoze Perez hasn't been able to offer in recent times. Take Wan-Bissaka out for DeAndre Yedlin for the foreseeable future because Wan-Bissaka is now injured. and we'll go and end the transfer window. How much money have I got left? It's almost a good thing that we've got some money left, because that will get carried over to next season. Or at least some of it will get carried over to next season. So we'll be able to use that in the next summer transfer window, which would be good for us. I'm not planning on selling anyone at this stage. Interest shown in Mbolo. It's cool, but I didn't get. I don't know why my scout reports haven't come back yet. I did them with like 3 weeks to go in the window. I just haven't had any scout reports come back. Not final ones anyway. I bet we get like 2 days past the end of the transfer window. Loan offer for Toby Mitchell, which I'll reject. We'll get like 2 days past the end of the transfer window, and then it will pop up and be like, oh, here's all your scout reports. It's just my luck. Hopefully Ante Rebic will add something to our front line. It's certainly an improvement on Ayoze Perez, that's for sure. And it allows further improvement in season 3 as well. But the top deals in this window, Arkadiusz Milik to Dortmund for 54.4 million, Thomas Partey to Arsenal for 50.6, and Balde Keita from Monaco to Tottenham for 37.9. In this window, Arsenal have sold Aaron Ramsey and signed Partey and Llorente. Bournemouth have done nothing but let Mousse and Hinman leave on free transfers, and Done's done the same at Brighton. Burnley have done nothing. Baba and Zuma will be leaving Chelsea on frees at the end of the season. Pedraza and Klosterman in at Palace with Tompkins leaving. Sakai, Salah, Bentley and Pereira in at Derby on frees. Bennett will also leave on a free at the end of the season. Santi Mina in at Everton, as we saw earlier on in the episode. Ryan Sessegnon for that fee. Steven Sessegnon has left Fulham for £420,000. Wellington in at Huddersfield with Sabiri, Billing, Schindler and Jurgensen going out. Lulic, Ivi and Ilicic coming in at Leicester with Iheanacho or Paletti and Slimani going out. Liverpool have done nothing. City have only let Mangala leave on a free. Fosu Mensah was sold from Manchester United. We've signed Rebic and sold Gale, so we've technically made a big big loss there overall, but the side has certainly profited. Kurzawa and Balde Keita in at Tottenham with Danny Rose, Lucas Moura even, and Jan Vertonghen. You can tell I'm not well, can't you? Jan Vertonghen leaving. Muller, Morawski and Basto in at Swansea with Boney leaving. All of those frees or loans. Zegler out at Watford. Fagundes, Morone and Dawson all coming in or going out at West Brom on frees. Wolves have done nothing. Let's have a look and see if there were any other big deals in the transfer window. Transfer for Fabian Schär, which I shall reject. But he's 28 years of age now. I may well consider selling Fabian Schär next season. Youth Squad Monthly Report. Declan Jackson is now 16, so I could call him up. But you guys have told me to leave the kids in the youth setup for the time being, and they'll grow better there than if I call them up. So I'll do that. I'll leave Declan Jackson there for now, but he's looking like he's going to be an incredible player. Gabriel Peters is 17 now. Still waiting for the others to improve with regards to their for the potentials to narrow. 86 to 92, 80 to 94 and 84 to 90 actually for Brandon Cook looks pretty promising as well. Let's have a look and see if there are any other large transfers went through in the window that we missed. Dele Alli was done in the summer, so was Modric, Milik, Partey and Balde Keita. Lucas Moura went to Bayern for 37.5. Marcelo to Paris Saint-Germain for 36.3 million. That's an interesting one. Also in January, Belotti went to Valencia, so he did end up leaving Torino. Obviously, we decided he was out of our price range. Morgan Sanson has gone to AC Milan for 31 million. That's why Ruben Neves wasn't playing for Wolves the other day. He's gone to Hoffenheim. Horta has gone to Valencia. We've seen Carlos Sola go to Inter Milan. Aaron Ramsey went to Inter Milan as well for 28.3. So Inter certainly spending some money this window. We saw the Santi-Mina deal. Zivkovic to Roma. Mendy to Schalke. Mendy's a player that you asked me to look at before. When we were looking at left back, we decided to sign Ben Chilwell instead. Ante Rebic is my signing. Victor Fisher to Villarreal. Lehman Kazawa to Spurs for 20.4. Hugo Mayo to Dortmund. Any others? No, that's it for the January transfer window. Well then, we are 6th in the table after just a point from today's 2 games. Oh, that's frustrating. Bournemouth 11th, Chelsea 9th. It's very close here, as you can see. Manchester City on 30 are only 6 points outside the top 4. So it's extremely tight in the Premier League. And the title race will go down to the final day. And one might imagine that the top 4 and then subsequently Europa League spots will go down to the final day as well. But for now, that's going to be all for today's episode. Apologies that the commentary and my general liveliness hasn't been the same as it normally is. I am quite ill. And also, apologies that I just got whacked by Bournemouth. I don't know what happened there. I'm going to have to be better in the next episode, especially because we've got Arsenal and Manchester bloody City to play as well. But for now, that's all for today's video. Thank you very much for watching. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel too to make sure you don't miss out on any further content. And I'll see you next time.